I'm still none the wiser on this non-contract nonsense. Somehow we're still way over our wage budget, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure we're paying about half of our budget out on wages. And what's more, we've now lost a key man because we could only afford to give him a non-contract contract. That's a thing. Hello and welcome to Season 3, Part 2 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we've got 2 away games in the league, away against Gainsborough and Fylde, but more interesting than that, more interesting than form, which we'll get to in a little while. The messy financial situation that this club is in is already starting to catch up with us. We've lost a key man and we had no impact at all on whether or not he went. Dale Witham has departed. He's gone to FC United. He was with us on a non-contract basis. We tried to offer him a part-time deal. He wasn't having any of it. We couldn't offer him the money that he wanted. So, yeah, he's gone to one of our divisional rivals for nothing. This is a man who played 39 games for us last year. And basically, if he was fit, he was first choice in the centre of that midfield. And he's gone. And we had no say. And I don't care for it. I didn't like that very much at all. And it's left a sour taste. Not only that, it's caused a little bit of a problem form-wise, because as you can see, we started the season with a bang. You saw the 4-1 win against Corby in the last episode. We then went away to Harrogate, which I think is what we agreed it was called. We beat them 6-0. 6-0! And then picked up a third straight win against the aforementioned FC United and a draw away against Ashton. This is when those rascals FC United came in and stole our first choice central midfield player. And since then, we've lost 2, drawn 1. And tumbling down the league table a little bit now. Down to 7th place. Still only 2 points outside of the playoffs, 4 points off the top of the league. But 3 games without a win, even at this early stage, it's in damage. 4 games without a win even. We're at risk of doing the same kind of damage to our end of season hopes as losing those 5 on the bounce at the start of last season did. We need to win at least one of today's games, or we've basically done it again. And this time it's just because we've had a player poached. In positive news, Tyrone O'Neill exploded onto the scene to score the 2 equalising goals in the last game. So he now has 4 goals from 6 appearances. So he's a quite decent signing. But we are struggling a little bit. We're mixing the tactics up a little bit today. We're still using the asymmetric 4-3-3, which in my mind is the 4-4-2 with the right winger pushed on a bit, but Football Manager knows best. But we've actually followed a little bit of assistant manager's advice, and we've dropped down to counter-attacking and structured because we're away from home against a team who should be capable of beating us. So we'll just sit a little bit deeper, stay a little bit more structured. We've actually, because of personnel changes rather than necessarily tactical stuff, we've switched our defensive forward to a target man as well, because we brought Leslie Saki into the side to play alongside Kathleen, who I don't think you've met yet, but he's got 3 goals from 4, so he's doing all right. But no one's really getting a hold of this defensive forward position and making it their own just yet. So Saki can't get in the team at the back because Cook and Masonda have formed an excellent partnership over the course of the last year or so. So we need to get Leslie Saki in somehow. So let's try him as a target man. When we played him as a target man back in our first season, he did score quite a few goals. He had a run of 4 or 5 games playing up there and got 3 or 4 goals. So we know he can do it. Whether or not he can do it in this system is another question. But we had to make some changes. We've got to stop the rot. We need a first win in 5 games, and we need it right now. So the team that's going to try and do that for us is Willis in goal. A back 4 of Josh Williams making his debut. So let's introduce you to him. Josh Williams, new left back, 18 years old. Bags and bags of potential. He's another one who we got after the Scout Day reports came in. He's been released by Villa. And bright future ahead. Let's get him in the team and have a look at him. Cook and Masonda are in the middle, and then Doyle at right back. We've then got a midfield of Sam Wright as the ball-winning midfielder and Kyle Porter in central midfield. We said we had to have a look at Kyle Porter. He still hasn't started the game. This is going to be his first start for the club after being here over a year and supposedly being our best player. But with Witham going, Kelvin Douglas isn't playing as well as we know he can. So now's the time to give Porter a go. So he comes in, Brogan out wide and Jordan Wright on the other wing. And then, as mentioned before, Saki and Kathleen up front. let's get into the game. I really don't feel comfortable doing counter-attacking, but I feel even less comfortable not winning any games. So, it's the square pitch, for goodness sake. We may as well not bother. Square pitches should be banned. Is that James Wesolowski, who used to play for Posh? He's had a bit of a fall, hasn't he? Goodness me, playing in the Conference North, he's better than that. One of the finest tackles in the history of professional football was conducted by that man in a playoff semi-final. We're 1-0 down after less than a minute. And I don't even know if we can blame the fact that we're doing this counter-attacking nonsense that people seem to love so much. It's the square pitch. I mean, look at that. He's basically toe-poked that from the halfway line and it's landed on the edge of the 6-yard box. He doesn't even have to hit it hard. And it's too difficult to adjust our style of play to work with that. Does counter-attacking work with that? What should we be doing? 7 minutes gone. 2-0 down. I still don't know if it's counter-attacking that doesn't work or the square pitch just getting us again. So we always lose on this poxy square pitch. And if it goes on like this, I'm getting miserable with this. If I hadn't just bought a new house in Scunthorpe, I'd just resign, I think. I've had enough. I'm resigning over a square pitch and a player being poached. I'm so angry about losing with them. It really has left a sour taste in the mouth, and I firmly blame our board. Ignore the fact that the reason... In fact, no, forget that. It's not my fault this time. Normally, financial problems, blame me. I can accept that. But what kind of idiot board commits a team our size to £10,000 a month to pay for a ground that we only get 300 people in? We could play in a park. Just hire a couple of double-deckers to park alongside the pitch, and that's as many people as we can fit into this stupid ground that we're going to own a ground and no football team. We'd cracked it. We were doing so well, and Witham was such a key man. And yes, I couldn't offer him a contract. He wouldn't take what we could offer him. Was he so important that we need to change the tactic now? Or is this just the stupid square pitch doing us over today? You might be able to sense, and I know I'm being subtle about it, so I'm going to try and be really clear now. You may be able to sense I'm not exactly happy with how the last 3 or 4 weeks in game have gone. Kathline's just got his 4th goal in I think 5 games, so every cloud and all that. But I feel like we were this close. We scored 10 goals in our first 2 games. It doesn't sit well with me. I've resigned over less. If I was... Thing is, realism mode on in real life, I'd just have to moan about it. Because I can't resign, because resigning would mean giving up on all this and going back to male modelling. Which I can't do, because you can't tell because you only see me from the chest down. But in these 2 and a bit years I've been a football manager, I've let myself go a little bit, got a little bit of a tummy. And it's going to take me a little while to get back fit enough to be a model. So that's off the cards. So we've got to stick with this. We just need someone else to come in and offer us a better job. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm trying to achieve with these substitutions. I want Jordan Wright to stop being rubbish every time it's a big game, or every time you lot are watching. He's all right when you lot aren't here. Let's bring Jake Green on. In fact, he can. I was going to stick Brogan further forward and drop Green back, but Green looks like he can do that. We signed him as a left back. Why not play him on the right wing? It's the worst that could happen. Let's have Nathan Jarman on as well. The silly thing is, we were getting back into this game, and I'm probably wrecking it now by fiddling just as we were starting to get back into it. I'm aware this isn't what you're supposed to do, but I think by now you're probably aware that I'm a little bit miffed with this silly, silly game and our silly, silly board. Ooh, I feel like my eyes are going to burst. I'm so angry. At least I've got the Everton save to cheer me up, If you haven't checked that out yet, that's back. Come and watch Everton on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. I'm cheerful in that one because it's going all right. This. Oh, we need a new club, I think. Well, I might start sending out CVs and see what happens. But we're only just finalising the purchase of this house in Scunthorpe. We can't move too far afield. Scunthorpe are our parent club. Have I done enough to impress them? Other than the fact that I keep taking players from them on loan and then not playing them. So they just constantly moan at me. So probably not done myself too many favours of getting the Scunthorpe job at some point. But that'd be the ideal one. I already live in Scunthorpe. I've shown my commitment to the new club that doesn't... I mean, they've not got a vacancy. But this is me publicly saying to Scunthorpe United? Scunthorpe, I'm a long-time fan. Come and get me. Right, a few changes for the Fylde game, and goodness me, do they need to work, or I'm going to have a proper hissy fit, and it's not going to be pretty. Nathan Baxter is going to come and make his debut alongside Masonda at the back. Joe Cook's done nothing wrong, but, you know, I'm interested in the fact that we've got an 18-year-old Dutchman who was born in Manchester. The whole idea of this intrigues me. He's been released by Everton in the summer, who, interestingly, look at that. Everton got relegated in non-league to legend land as well. I wonder if they had a hero turn around and bring them back to the Premier League. They didn't. They finished 5th. There you go. That's an interesting little talking point. Oh, God, blimey, Leighton Baines is their manager. Wowzers. Where was I? So Baxter comes into the team and Cook drops down to the bench. And I've also dropped Jordan Wright because he just annoys me when he's not playing properly. So we're going to play Connor Robinson out wide on the right. I believe, did he come on as a striker? No, he didn't. He's been around as a striker. A striker is what we signed him to be, but why not play him out wide? He might be able to do it. He might not. He's got 18 goals for Curzon Ashton last year, so let's play him as a winger. Kev rules. And Jarman comes back in and we go back to a defensive forward. On top of that, we've gone back to just standard flexible, no messing around, back to basics, etc., etc. I just want to win a football match. It's been so long now. We're 10-1 to win this match. It's only 6 games ago we went away and beat a team 6-0 who are now in a playoff spot. We absolutely ripped them apart. We looked absolute cast iron certainties to win the league. And now we just look like we're just rubbish. I don't understand what's changed. He couldn't have been that important. There were times he didn't play last year and we still looked all right. Is it just the nature of having a first team player whipped out from underneath you? Has it killed everyone's confidence or something? Is there some kind of morale thing going on under the hood, as the cool kids say? I mean, is it just wrecked everything because now everyone thinks, he can't keep hold of his players? Oh, perhaps the financial situation is worse than we thought. Oh, I mean, what is it? I don't know how it can have that kind of effect. Robinson didn't do anything really there, did he? 18 goals. I was about to absolutely tear him apart, and he did brilliantly, winning the ball back. Tucks it across to Nathan Jarman. And it was like the Nathan Jarman of old. Robinson did really well here. They're just knocking it around between them, and Robinson just tucks in and passes it over to Jarman, who is unmarked, and just tucks it into the bottom corner. 1-1. Perhaps, just perhaps, we might have a combination of players here who can stop me whining. Because I realise I've been really whiny this episode. But blame the Gainsborough board. Write him a letter or something. But Robinson's found Jarman again, and we've got a new partnership. Wowzers. Nathan Jarman's back, everybody. That's his 4th goal of the season. He can score goals again. Kathleen drops deep. Robinson finds Jarman brilliantly. Jordan Wright needs to be a little bit concerned watching this, I think. He's been very complacent for most of the last 6 months. He exploded into the team when he first arrived. But once he realised he was the man, it was as soon as he got his proper contract. He was non-contract for ages. We were terrified he would leave. I wonder what that's like. But as soon as he got his permanent deal, he's been very complacent because he's not playing for that contract anymore. Well, here you go, Jordan. You're not a first choice regular anymore because we've got a lad who's just come into the team who's done better than you have in months. Porter just wins the ball back. Kathleen puts Robinson in, and Robinson doesn't control it very well. But we just need to hold on to this now. Is this where we drop back to counter? Baxter did all right there, I think. He was just heading clear, but got dragged out of position a little bit, I think. I'm going to try and blame it on the new guy so I can get Joe Cook back in. Baxter heads clear. To be fair, he did all right. It's Kyle Porter, who had just done his first tackle since he's been in the team a minute or two before, and then just didn't close down at all on the edge of the box and just gave him the opportunity to just stick it into the top corner. So, Scunthorpe, if you are listening after me calling you out earlier, that's why I don't play your loanees very much, because their heart's not in it. Leslie Saki was the only good one, and I've now realised even he's probably not good enough for us. He just looked good when we were really rubbish. And we're back behind again because, of course, we're in the bottom half of the table now. 6 games ago, we were top of the league. We're in bottom half of the table. I'm miserable. We need a miracle. You need to let me know down in the comments, what on earth am I supposed to do to turn this around from here? Do we need a new tactic? And if so, what on earth could it be? Because I'm struggling a little bit. I'm not even going to bring Wright on as the first option. I'm bringing Calfline on. Bringing Evans on. Stick Robinson up front. We need to send a message to Jordan Wright. Let's get Joe Cook on. He can come on from Masonda. There you go. We've got our 2 own players together at the back. But yeah, if it took us so long to stumble across a tactic that worked, I don't know what we'd change to. I don't know what to do. All I know is what we're doing just is not working anymore. And my solution is change the left back. There you go. Change the left back. And obviously it's not going to make a blind bit of difference because I feel like I've lost the squad. Oh, I've lost my mind. Robinson's in again and scores. He's my new favourite. Connor Robinson, you are a hero. If you can grab another one now and cheer me up, that would be amazing. Perhaps he's the answer. He's playing up front now, so we could even get him and Wright in the team at the same time. Evans is in there at the moment. We've got. Is that it? Is our squad too big now? Have we got too many players? Someone mentioned it in the comments the other day. We've got too many players, all of roughly equal ability. I have no idea at the moment who my first choice team is. So I guess that's probably part of the problem. In the grand scheme of things, that's quite a good result, but the run we're on, I imagine the media are going to be on our back. Winless. Oh, they're not yet. But look at this. We haven't won for so long. Forget this nice start we had. This is trash and needs sorting out. So, guess that's a job for me then, eh? If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.